welcome back to part two of the No Smoke series. Can we call it that? Yeah, we'll call it the No Smoke series. So this is part 2 of 3. And in today's segment, you guys, we're just going to be discussing how I stopped smoking for good, like how I never went back, and like the things I did to not go back. First and foremost, you guys, I absolutely cannot take credit for this on my own. Like I said, it was God who brought that desire out of me, and these are just things that he gave to me to help me not go back to smoking. So without further ado, let's go ahead and hop into it. The first thing that I did was break down the why, or the psychology behind the reasons that I enjoyed smoking in the first place. So when I went back, I discovered that I enjoyed the stress relief that I believed it brought me. I enjoyed the escape feeling that it brought when life was too stressful. It engaged multiple of my senses at the same time in an enjoyable way, hence the flick of the lighter, the smell of it. Watching the smoke was even calming for me, and listening to music was amazing. But so I tried to replicate or substitute the enjoyable moments from smoking in a sober manner. Essentially, I recreated a smoke session without the smoke. I began to make tea every evening, such as chamomile or lavender, and I would drink it from a cute mug just to make it a whole experience. Now, drinking tea has actually been proven to naturally reduce cortisol levels in the body, which is your stress hormone. And with that being said, tea naturally reduces stress and anxiety. Along with that, tea is warm, it's comforting, it's soothing. It's basically like a snuggly blanket, minus the snuggie. So it definitely helped to calm me down after a long day. Now this next one right here, this one became my triple dipper, or my triple threat. I fell in love with candles, and I fell in love with them for a few reasons. One of them being that when I used to smoke, I loved to burn incense at the same time for the smell and watching the smoke. So once I got saved, I felt uneasy burning incense for a few reasons, but of course, I was looking for substitutes. So candles, of course, have many different scents, which is great for the smell aspect. And also the flick of the lighter was oddly therapeutic as I was trying to stop smoking. But the calming flicker that illuminated from the light or the flame of the candle is unmatched. There's just something so soothing about watching a flame, a low light, a natural light. So I definitely got into that. All right, you guys. And next up, we have the tunes. As I stated earlier, when I smoked, I loved listening to music simply because you could hear the instruments better. It was just an enhanced sound. And it was just, honestly, it was a vibe, okay? I can't lie. So to kind of replicate that feeling or vibe, what I did was I got into these awesome playlists that I found on the net, and they are just basically hip-hop instrumentals. They are hood melodies. They are the ghetto fabulous version of your favorite classical artist. So aside from that, instrumental music is actually used as a form of therapy and brain recovery for, trauma patients. Instrumental music has actually been proven to increase memory recovery, increases your mood, naturally reduces depression, increases happiness, and it's overall just a good vibe. Now, traditionally in America, exercise is widely broadcast for physical fitness. But on my road to recovery from smoking, I would say exercise helped me mentally more than anything. Exercising causes your brain to release chemicals called endorphins. And what these do are basically reduce your perception of pain. Endorphins also trigger a positive response or feeling in the body, and naturally boosts your energy and helps you to handle and release stress. So overall, exercising regularly helped really just kill the need or desire for me to even want to smoke. And I did end up investing in some LED mood lighting. Mood lighting is good for the brain. It stabilizes our circadian rhythms. Additionally, the colors from the lights actually light up different receptors in your brain. So they helped restore some of my cognitive ability, or, some of the brain cells that I had fried. You guys, so those were some external things that I did to help me stop smoking, of course, but some things had to happen internally as well to maintain that. So some things that happened internally with me but showed up externally were I had to change my environment, because as y'all know, potheads of a feather flock together. So during this process, I had to change the places that I went regularly, whether that was like a kickback scene or a party scene, whatever the environment may have been, I had to change that up. And with that, I did have to change my friend group. I had to change my circle, okay? I had to change the type of people I dated, who I dated, all that, because why? They're going to want to keep you smoking. Like anytime I would still link up with these people or go to these places after I quit, they would smoke in front of me. They would try to pass it to me, and I would say, you know what, I'm good. I told y'all I stopped. And it got to the point where I knew I wasn't going to get healthy in the same environment I got sick in, so to speak. So I definitely put some distance between myself and those individuals. And it doesn't have to be bad blood. It's just a growth thing, And of course, God came through. He, I went through a period where I didn't really have a friend group anymore because, like I said, everybody was we were all potheads. So I went through an isolation period for about 1.5 years, which was lonely but beneficial. Definitely did some pruning and cleaning out there. And God brought an amazing group of believers into my life who are my age, who are just as quirky and socially awkward and fun and creative and loving, and love God as much as me. So it all worked out. But definitely environment change, circle change, like friend group change, and mindset change. Like you have to have the will to stop, or else you're not going to. You're going to find every excuse to keep going back. So yeah, those are the internal things that had to take place. And that's pretty much part 2, you guys. Part 3 is going to be the actual story, the day, the process leading up to me quitting for good, and all the drama, because y'all, it's not a normal story by far. I wish it were. But as I always say, my life could be a movie. So stay tuned for that juicy story. And that's all I got to say. If you enjoyed this video, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, like, turn my notifications on, comment down below if you have questions. Please send them, because I love answering and talking to y'all. So other than that, I'll see y'all in the next installment, part 3, coming soon. Peace.